Good morning. It is Saturday, October 16th, 2030. Caution. Caution. Your meal package is ready for pickup.
You're listening to 88.5. It's time for your morning break with John Daly. After a series of unsuccessful trials, the World Health Organization is predicting that Project Clear will be delayed for the 6th time. These setbacks on the reverse osmosis air purification process have led the WHO to conclude that it may not be safe to breathe the air outside for at least another 2 years.
Caution. 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 Caution.
Throw out the key, can't fight this no more. It's just you and me, there ain't nothing I'd rather do. Yeah, I'm stuck with you, yeah, I'm stuck with you.
My name is Ryan LaPearl. I'm a musician from Boston, Massachusetts, and I love performing. I used to play air guitar in the living room when I was younger, like maybe 10. I'd close the doors, put on like songs, and just like pretend I was playing guitar. I saw my neighbor playing guitar, and I was like, I wanna do that. And he let me borrow the guitar for like a weekend, and I played it. It was electric Stratocaster that he had, and it was super nice. Like he's like, yeah, you can let me borrow his guitar for the weekend. I was like, I'll do a nice thing. I'll restring his guitar. Not knowing anything about it, I'm like, I can figure it out. There's steel strings and then there's brass strings. Brass strings are what go on acoustic guitars. Steel strings go on electric. Didn't know that, it was electric guitar. I put bronze strings on his guitar and he's like, these aren't the right strings. To me, I thought I was doing like a nice gesture, and he was like he wasn't angry or anything. He was like, no, it's cool. Like I appreciate the gesture, but for me, I was like, so like horrified. I was like, oh my God, the wrong thing. There's no one in my family that sings, and if you ask anyone in my family, they'd say, I don't know where Ryan got it from, but definitely I'd say my mother. I'd sing in the car with her, so I think that she was willing to sing in front of me and just let herself go, and I found that appealing. I always was doing choral singing throughout elementary school and middle school, and I remember having this one teacher in 8th grade. She allowed me to actually sing a song during, I think, our winter or spring concert, and that's where I first performed in front of a full audience. But I got a standing ovation after that, and it was just like, I was like, whoa, this is super cool. I like this, I want to do this, and I've always kind of been chasing that since. Music was always a hobby to everyone in my family, and no one knew how to pursue it. I mean, which makes sense. It's like, I grew up in a small town in New Hampshire, so like no one knew, I'm gonna go into entertainment, I'm gonna go pursue the arts. They're gonna go, no, that's something you do on Sunday. And that's the thing, I kept on weighing back and forth, being like, I'll be pragmatic about this, because I didn't know the entry point to get into music. I want to just do this, like I don't know how. So that's why I'm like, let's learn how to record, let's learn how to do audio production, learn the equipment. That's at least some type of entry point. And then in 2012, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. She was diagnosed with leukemia, and it's a blood disease, so it's not like a stage 1, stage 2, it's literally stage 5. It's the worst of the worst. Already, when I came out with my first album, Disguise, I was like, how you doing? And this is pre my mom getting cancer. I was upset because I was going through a breakup. That's what the album's about, but it's the same throughout life. Like, say you just lost your grandmother and you're super upset, and then you go see someone and they're like, hey, how you doing? You're gonna go, I'm doing good. Most times we put on masks, and that's what the album Disguise is about, is that we mask ourselves. But then I didn't realize how much that was gonna come to me, where when my mom is diagnosed with cancer, and especially when she first was, like, I literally was just like, my mom has cancer. Like, I had to tell everyone, because it was just like always on my mind. And I still have my dark days, and I still have my days of doubt, and that's why I haven't really put out an album since that one, just because it's like shadowboxing and my self-doubt. And that's why I started street performing, to where it helped me create a realm to where I feel better about myself, and I feel people want to hear what I have to create. It doesn't matter if it's an original or a cover, it's gonna be my take on the cover. Most people come up to me like, I've never heard this song done like that. And so I take that as a sense of pride too, because it's like, I've created this song as my own. No different when I would play the Laney song. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta hear this song's so amazing. Like it's more of me just being like, I wanna share this song. I was like, yeah, I wanna record this, and then I'm gonna share it with my mom. Why this song is important to me is because, I mean, the first lyric goes,
hey Mom, I know we're getting old. The lines in your hands have changed. I still look at you the same. Hey Mom, Guess what? You're really tough. I know you did all you could and make sure life was good. I'm sorry for the fights and the tone of my voice. I'm sorry for the nights when I made the wrong choice. Life was flying by and it's hitting me. I hope it's not, 'cause if this is the last time, please come close. I love you with all my heart, you know. I don't wanna cry, I'm bad at goodbyes. If this is the last time, let's do the things we always do. Let's go to the mall or buy some shoes. I don't wanna cry, I'm bad at goodbyes. If this is the last time, if this is the last time.
Going through my mom and how she's fighting, like this song is just like, for me in my life.
If this is the last time, if this is the last time. Thank you.
When she was first diagnosed, I think probably the first like 5 years, I was like you say, I think she went through like being upset and being angry about her cancer. I mean, she still is, obviously, but being like, screw this. I'm just gonna not let this define me. I'm not gonna let this be who I am. She's so strong. She's like, I'll give myself a purpose. Before, it was like cancer seemed like it was something that other people got, and that doesn't happen to me. Like, that won't happen to my mother. Like, that's what we most think about. Seeing it and going through it, it is overwhelming because you think of you're so close to death, but we are all so close to death. It doesn't, like, we all have this disease. It's called being human. We're all gonna die someday. I'm not being bleak, but in the sense of like, life is short. Like let's go do what you want to do. I decided like 6 months later after she was diagnosed, I was gonna run the Boston Marathon. I started training for the marathon. I was gonna run in the spring of 2013, and I ended up raising, which was awesome, $11,000 for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. There's actually a plaque over there. I remember my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I want my mom to be at the half point in the finish line. She was like, yeah, we'll get you there. And I finished at 4:06.
Just as the race clock approaches the 4 hour and 10 minute mark.
Oh my God, something blew up.
I had walked over to the water, and I was like right at that water station, which is like a block away, and the first bomb went off, and I was just like, whoa, what is that? When the bombs went off, it was like this eerie, like before you heard cheering, it was like so exciting, there was just all this energy, and then the bombs went off. It was time slowed down, and it was more of just like, you're looking for the answers, and then you look at another person and be like, ooh, okay, you know what that is? Does it, who know, like you're trying to figure out what it was, so it was like slow motion, what's going on. The first thought was to get contact with my loved ones that were on site. There's so many people trying to call, so it was like dead zone. Luckily I got a text through, or no, my mom got a call through, and I was like, I'm at Boylston, I'm right here, I'll meet you there. But so luckily, their story is that my godmother, my mother, who had just beat cancer, she was still wearing a mask, she had gloves on. She was like, let's go see Ryan at the finish line, or at the family and friends area. So they literally they walked to the other side 30 seconds before the bombs went off. My girlfriend at the time, she was smart to put my mom out onto the street so she didn't get crushed by people. Like, it just got super crowded because people were like trying to either go towards her or run away. It was just very confusing. In my mind too, I was like, if she died, I would have been beyond myself, because I wanted her there at that finish line. I wanted her to cheer me on. You know, it's like you want your mother to be proud of you, and then to know that I asked her to be there and then she died because of that. Like, for years, I was like beside myself. I was like, I was literally seconds away from killing my holy shit. You'd never think to be in a terrorist attack. And my story is more of just like emotional trauma, which isn't even that bad. Like, no one got hurt. It was just more scary. I know people that have lost limbs. I know people that have lost hearing, that have shrapnel in them. I can't even imagine. Like, my story is a good story. Like, it's a story that I can tell. I'm here, all my loved ones are here. To be in a terrorist attack, to have a family member get really sick, it just was just like, all right, like, I just want to pursue this, and I want to do this, and I want to, it was really, life is short. Like, I want to go do music, and I don't care what gets in the way.
Hey Ryan, so I'm going to give you something a little different than what we did. There's an octave and a half arpeggio I want you to use. It's not quite the same as the one we used. And if it helps you to make sense of it, it's a 1 chord.
Cause I can feel your heartbeat, it's burning like sun heat. I can see the fire in your eyes. I can still breathe the siren. You are my oxygen. I can feel my lungs deep dive.
If I'm not doing something that's serious, then I want to have a good time. I want to be out there, I want to connect with people. I'd see my audience and be a little kid, and so I was like, I'll play Baby Shark, or I'll play
Frozen? Okay, you got it.
But now I'm free. Let it go, let it go.
I'd get into it, and I'd be excited, and it'd be fun. I'd put a smile on my face, and I'd love how excited they get into the music.
And now you'll never see me cry. Here I'll stand, and here I'll stay, and let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyways.
Besides January to March, I like Boston. I like the seasons. It just gets a little chilly. You kind of want to leave it here. And that's why I go out to like Hawaii and street perform out there and spend a couple weeks to get away from the cold. And then usually too, then I'm touring around playing colleges those months in that time. So then I'm home. Next step for me is Hollywood. No, I'm joking. No, the next step for me is definitely coming out with another original album, putting stuff out. I've been toying with the idea of building a platform in my car and then just going on tour, because it's more, I'm still trying to make a living too. So I'm now torn between what just the immediate next 6 months future is. Either I'm gonna put a platform, like I said, in my car and then just go tour just by doing backyard shows in the South, or just work here at home. Right now, it's not bad. I might be able to survive the winter and not have to worry about finances, and then put my efforts into putting out the cover stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, and work on original stuff. The dream would be I'm playing at the House of Blues, and then like incognito, like just street perform the day before when I'm in town, whatever city I'm in. I would rather be at a low-level musician for the rest of my life, but I'm pursuing my art and I'm doing it, than being like, I'm a Wall Street guy and I make millions of dollars. Like, that doesn't matter to me. I want to pursue art. I want to do music. I want to do what's in my heart, what's in my soul. And so that was the realization. So here we are.
That I haven't shook my shadow, and every day is trying to trick me into doing battle. Calling out fake cops, wanna get me rattled, wanna pull me back behind the fence with the cattle. Building your lenses, digging your trenches, put me on the front line, leave me with a dumb mind with no defenses, but your defenses. If you can't stand to feel the pain, then you are senseless. Since this, I've grown up some different kind of fighter. And when the darkness comes, let it inside you. Your darkness is shining, my darkness is shining. Every day in myself.
There really are 4 Chinatowns: Quincy, Malden, and Alston. But this is the Chinatown that everybody speaks about because of the concentration of the businesses here.
Chinatown is packed with people. The last U.S. Census confirming it's the most densely populated neighborhood in Boston.
I was born in this country, but my parents were from China, from the Canton area of China, and we settled actually. They settled actually in Lowell, Massachusetts, and then I was born, and then my other siblings were born. But out of that experience of living in a very, very white, blue-collar city, it was a struggle for them to start off in the laundry business, which is, as you know, stereotypical of the early years, and then moved on into the restaurant business. Chinatown means the beginning for a lot of Chinese immigrants, but it also means an economic engine that must be invested in. And the last thing I think it's Chinatown means our identity. Gentrification is a touchy point. Some gentrification is obviously hurting people who want to stay here. And some gentrification is arguably, supposedly, bringing in money into a community that is maybe depressed. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what you see. You have people spending more money to live in the area, and they are bringing with them some income. And the income is disposable. And then they spend money on how things look. You see that a lot. For people who didn't speak English, it was very hard for them. So they had very few choices in life. They would have to work 7 days a week, and they would have to work very, very long hours to be able to survive.
一部分吧，你看啊，如果在这里土生土长的，应该可以。好像我们这些移民，这就是比较，对不对？因为有很多东西都是好像英语也不大很好，就是你很难融入他们的，这个叫什么？这个是那个什么？我不知道他们的。
A circle, like 社交圈，
对。
We've been watching that Chinatown has not been clean, and we know that a lot of that is not just because the city of Boston doesn't sweep as much or pick up as much or whatever. It's also about us trying to do something better. It is embarrassing when we feel that we can't even bring anybody into Chinatown for lunch or dinner for fear that there'll be trash on the streets, and it happens all the time. Sometimes I have donors who come to Chinatown to meet me. I show them around AACA, we talk about AACA, then I want to take them out to lunch, and then I'm a little nervous about taking them to lunch because I'm worried about if there's trash on the ground. That's not right, right? That's not right. So that's why I'm saying Chinatown represents who we are. For example, these people who are owners of restaurants and places like that, I don't think they live in Chinatown, okay? And wherever they live, I don't think that their sidewalks are as dirty as our sidewalks here. But they can come and work here, they can come own property here, and they may not be able to, they will not, I should say, they will not be as concerned about how dirty it is in China. They may be very comfortable working here in the restaurants or whatever, but they all go back to their homes in Quincy, Malden, Newton, whatever, where that's not dirty. What's the difference here?
What does Chinatown mean to you? What does Chinatown mean to you?
Chinatown?
Like 对于你来说就是
没什么，就是我上班的地方。
中国城这个地方就是你上班的地方，有什么特殊的回忆吗？作为一个中国人还在 Chinatown 里面，很多人其实都已经慢慢开始离开 Chinatown。
他住在 Chinatown， 中国人都是想方便，对不对？很多人，因为很多老人家他们都可以出来方便啊，买东西、吃东西方便啊。如果你住乡下就不一定方便了。对不对？如果住乡下，有一些乡下是没有地铁啊，没有什么的时候就不方便，对老人家来就不大好。唱上一句话就是方便，没有什么好的，我觉得。
think that there's a part of the public works department and this group. I'm talking about government here. I don't think they ever see that there is really hope for major change amongst ourselves. I think they believe that the Chinese here really want to change. And if they don't really want to change.
But they do want to change.
Who's they?
Like Chinese.
You think? Go outside. Do you really think they want to change? There is a park in Chinatown. Okay, Mary Suhu Park. Go in there and say, do you think Chinatown is dirty, clean? Many of them will say, oh, it's clean, because they don't want to be bothered. They just want to be there gambling and smoking. But people who might want to listen to you, they will have to admit that maybe Chinatown needs to get cleaner. They throw their cigarette butts on the ground. They spit all over the place. Do they want to change?
Chinatown's community, like any, isn't one that can be cleanly understood as for or against something. Chinatown is a place where people live and work. They all feel differently about this place. To some, it is where they go for work, and it is dirty. It isn't their job to make that better. For others, Chinatown represents a special community, one which they care for and which holds a part of themselves in it. They, of course, hold out hope for it and want to see a change for the better. But these groups are not all encompassing, and both live together in this place. Maybe this makes it what it is.
date night.
Hey, are you about done?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Come on, dude. You've been cooped up for weeks.
Listen, I know I promised you that we were gonna hang out today, but this is really important. I swear, next week
Yeah. Next week we'll hang out. Dude, you're sounding like a broken record.
You know what? I'm not even gonna try anymore.
Dude, at least look outside. It's the first nice day in weeks.
Every corner I turn, every home I find, they all end the same. Violence, murder. I mean, these animals, these monsters, no sympathy, no understanding. You know, I had a home once. I had someone once. He cared for me when the rest of the world didn't. The others had no understanding of the bond we had. Man, but that was a long time ago. For now, I stay moving. Maybe this is it. Maybe today is the final day. Guess not. Why are all these damn kitchens the same? So tacky. Oh, who's this? Well, she's the most beautiful fruit I ever seen. I mean, her crown shines like an emerald. Spikes come on for days. Perfect.
Hello? No. Oh, I was such a fool. I mean, my everything, right there. The only dame I ever loved. Nothing but insides and juice. I need to get out of here. Goodbye, my love. Forever and always. Goodbye. I did what needed to be done. I couldn't stay. I mean, how could I? Must keep moving. I got no one.